Hi everyone, welcome to FISC Financial Studies classes. We are studying reading number 26 of study session 11 CFA level 3 curriculum. Today we are going to discuss LOS 5 which deals with the opportunistic hedge fund strategies. We have already know there are 6 hedge fund strategies classified in the CFA curriculum. Opportunistic strategy is a strategy with basically deals with the global macroeconomics and make forecast and take position based on those forecasts. There are two subtypes, global macro and managed futures of this strategy. So let's begin. Opportunistic strategies are those strategies in which we generally consider a global level macroeconomics and then we make predictions. We take securities position like derivatives, asset classes, etc. by understanding the macroeconomics. We are not focusing on a single stock or a single sector isolatedly. We are basically doing a top down analysis in this kind of strategy. So there are two parts of or two types of opportunistic strategies analysis. One is called discretionary and other is called systematic. So the discretionary is the one in which we basically do the fundamental analysis, doing the ratio analysis and all these things, which are basically doing a fundamental analysis, not going for price volume data, etc. And we make the decision based on our empirical analysis, or I would say our discretion. Whereas in systemic one, what we do is we basically go for a price volume data or some technical analysis and then we just make some kind of rules and we take decision based on those rules. For example, like if GDP is such percentage more or less, we do this or that. Similarly, if the currency goes up or down, we make this kind of policy. So these are called systemic analysis. So as we already know, there are two kind of opportunistic strategies discussed in the CFA curriculum. One of them is global macro strategy. What is global macro strategy? As we can already understand from the name itself, global macro, it means we do a macroeconomical analysis of the securities or the overall macroeconomics. We do the analysis at a global level. We don't go for a macroeconomic analysis of a particular country. We go for a global level macroeconomic analysis in which we basically try to understand what is the impact, what is the relation between two countries' currency, exchange rates, what is going to happen in the interest rate of a sector of countries, and many things like that. And in such a way, we take position in the futures or asset classes or sectors or exchange rates, commodities, a lot of various asset classes. We take position in them based on our macroeconomic analysis. So this is the global macro strategy. Now, one of the things which global macro strategy has is use of high leverage. So we use very high leverage in this kind of a strategy. So there are two types of strategies in global macro also. First is thematic, second is direction. So thematic is basically going on a particular direction based on some things like called interest rate or exchange rates. So if we focus on interest rate, exchange rate, all these things, we call it a thematic strategy. If we focus on trade deals, etc., we call it directional. So a trade war between Indo-China is more of a directional strategy. Exchange rate difference in the countries is called a thematic strategy. One more thing which we have to understand is like what is its role in the portfolio. So its role in the portfolio is basically to provide huge diversification. See, this kind of strategy is generally predicting the future, predicting especially the cases like financial crisis. So if somebody has projected the 2008 financial crisis correctly and taken a position based on that analysis, he would have earned a lot of profit, and that's where global macro strategies works best for you. So in such a case, you already know equity bond doesn't do well, so a huge diversification is given to us using this strategy. One of the example of such strategy is like XYZ country That is US exchange rate. This is going up, this is going down. That means it is devaluing. So the XYZ countries exchange rate is devaluing as compared to US currency. And in that case, what we do? The best idea is to buy put options. One of the correct strategies is to buy put options of XYZ country. What will happen with this? So if you buy put options, the value decrease, the currency value decrease, we will sell it at a higher price, and that's the case. Suppose it doesn't go in our direction, then the only loss is the premium paid. So what we say? Profit. So profit is unlimited, loss is the premium we paid. So this is opportunistic strategy. The second opportunistic strategy is called managed futures. Again, by name itself, it is pretty explanatory. Managed futures is a strategy in which we basically take positions in the futures. The futures, the options on futures, the swaps, the currency futures, the commodities, these kind of derivatives product. We don't take position in the actual asset classes. So that kind of a strategy is called managed futures. Again, we do this, we take the positions based on our macroeconomic analysis, the top-down analysis. That's why it comes under opportunistic strategy. The only difference in global macro and managed future at a broad level is that here we use only futures. So the advantage of this strategy is high liquidity, and the other characteristic is high leverage. Why we use high leverage? Pretty explanatory. Futures price, we basically take position always in the futures on a high leverage basis. We don't use all of our money in futures position at any level. So it is a hedge fund strategy. Definitely we are going to take high leverage and high liquidity because the lifetime of a future itself is very low. It is hardly 3 months. So in that case, the managed future strategy also has a very high liquidity. Now there are two kind of strategies which comes under managed futures: TSM and CSM, time series momentum and cross sectional momentum. The basic idea of both these momentum series is we also already understand momentum strategies, that the price of a stock, if it is going up, go with the momentum and buy it. If some stock's price is going down, go with the momentum and sell it. So both does the same thing. The only difference is in time series momentum is just to go for the flow of the security. If it is going up, you buy it. If it is going down, you sell it. In cross-sectional momentum, you go for a cross-section of an asset class. So in the same asset class, you see, you basically loop in another factor apart from momentum is asset class, a similar kind of assets, and then at a cross section of assets where one asset is going up and another is going down, you take position long in the stock which is going up, and take short position in the stock which is going down. So the basic idea of managed futures is also to provide diversification in your portfolio, just like global macro strategy. And this is our curriculum in LOS 5, the opportunistic strategies. Please like, subscribe and share my video. Please tell about it to as many people as you can. We really need your support. Thanks a lot.